Hello students, today we will discuss about trigonometric identities from the chapter Introduction of Trigonometry. So our first question is, what is trigonometric identity? You know about the identities such as a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, a square minus b square. These are the identities, right? Now what is trigonometric identities? You may recall that an equation is called identity when it is true for all value of the variable involved. Suppose x plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Okay, this identity is true for all the variables. Suppose you are writing x plus y whole square. The formula will be x square plus y square plus 2 into x into y. If you use a and b in place of x and y, then a plus b whole square, the formula will be same, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Suppose you are using p plus q whole square, then the formula will be same, that is p square plus q square plus 2pq. If you use 2 plus 3 whole square, okay, it will be 2 square plus 3 square plus 2 into 3, that means it will be 4 plus 9 plus 12, okay, that means 25. Again you can see that 2 plus 3 whole square means 5 square, that is 25, right? That means the value will be same. Okay, these are the identities. That means you can say that this identity will be true for all values. Okay, it will be true for all values of the variable involved. Okay, that means in place of x plus y whole square, you can write a plus b whole square or p plus q whole square or z plus w whole square, but the formula, the representation of the formula will be same. This is called identity. Now what is trigonometric identity? An equation involving trigonometric ratio of an angle is called trigonometric identity. That means in that identity, if trigonometric ratios are there, then that identity will be called as trigonometric identities. If it is true for all value of angles involved. Okay. Now in place of variable, now it will be all values of the angles involved. So look at the identities. List of trigonometric identities are given here. Suppose this ABC is a right angle triangle where B is at 90 degree. Okay, and I am considering A is the acute angle here. There is three trigonometric identity. One is sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Okay. Second one is 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A. Third one is 1 plus cot square A is equal to cosec square A. Now since they are identity, that means this relation will be true for any angles, right? So you can write sin square 45 degree plus cos square 45 degree is equal to 1, okay, by this identity. Then you can write sin square 60 degree plus cos square 60 degree equals to 1. Or you can write, suppose you don't know what is the value of sin 13 degree, right? So you also can write sin square 13 degree plus cos square 13 degree will be also equals to 1. Why? By this formula, because this is identity, right? Cos square A plus sin square A is equal to 1 is the identity. So in place of A, if you put any angle such 0 to 90 degree, if you put any angle, for that angle the value will be 1. Okay. Similarly, if you consider about this second identity, similarly you can say that 1 plus tan square 29 degree will be equal with sec square 29 degree. Okay, or 1 plus tan square 87 degree will be sec square 87 degree. Why? Because they are identity, so it will be true for all angles. Similarly for the last one. Okay, now you have to remember these three identity because you have to apply this relation in your application. So let's check the examples. First example is express the ratio cos A, tan A and sec A in the term of sin A. Okay, so you have to express these three in the terms of sin A. So you know this identity, right? Cos square A plus sin square A is equal to 1. From here you can write cos square A is equal to 1 minus sin square A, that is cos A is equal to root under plus minus 1 minus sin square A. Now you will consider cos A is positive root under 1 minus sin square A. You will neglect the negative sign. Why? Because here A is the acute angle, that means the value of A is between 0 to 90 degree, right? Now if you remember the box where the value of cos theta, sin theta, tan theta, that means all trigonometric ratio values are given between 0 to 90 degree, then if you look at the row of sin, the value of sin theta and the cos theta, you can see that the value of cos theta is always positive between 0 to 90 degree. That means whenever the angle A is between 0 to 90 degree, okay, the value of cos A is always positive. That's why you have to take the positive value. You cannot consider the negative value, right? That's why I am considering here cos A is equal to root under 1 minus sin square A, because A is the acute angle given. I am not considering the negative sign. That's why I am considering the positive sign. Okay. So cos A is equal to root under 1 minus sin square A. That means we have converted cos A in the term of sin A. Now tan A. Tan A can be written as sin A by cos A. In place of cos A, you can use this value of cos A. Okay, that means this whole thing will be in the term of sin A. Similarly, sec A is equal to 1 by cos A. In place of cos A, again put the value root under 1 minus sin square A. So that means this sec A will be converted into the term of sin A. Okay, in this way you have to solve this one. Now next example, you have to prove that this LHS part is equal to 1. Okay, that is sec A into 1 minus sin A into sec A plus tan A. You have to use the identities here. Okay, so sec A can be written as 1 by cos A since it is reciprocal of cos A. Similarly, here you can use 1 by cos A. Here you can write tan A as sin A by cos A. Okay, in this expression under the bracket you can do the LCM. Okay, so if you do the calculation here in the next term, it will be cos square A, this cos A and this cos A will be cos square A, and it will be 1 minus sin A into 1 plus sin A. So you can use A square minus B square formula. So it will be 1 minus sin square A by 1 minus sin square A by cos square A. Now look at here, you know the identity sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1, right? That means you can write cos square A is equal to 1 minus sin square A if you take the sin square A in the right hand side. Okay, that means 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A. That's why in the place of numerator you can write cos square A and the denominator is also cos square A. They will cancel to each other, so the value will become as 1. Okay, in this way you have to prove this example. Now next one, prove that this LHS part is equal to this RHS part. Okay, again cot A. Okay, in the LHS part it is cot A minus cos A by cot A plus cos A. cot A can be written as cos A by sin A. Similarly, here also cos A by sin A. Okay. From this denominator and numerator, you can take cos A common. Okay. I am taking cos A common on the both side, on both numerator and denominator. So, if you take common cos from here, it will be 1 minus sin A minus 1. It will be 1 minus sin A plus 1. So, this cos A and this cos A will cancel to each other. This will be the remaining part. Okay. Now, 1 by sin A. Sin A is the reciprocal of cosec A. That is why 1 by sin A is equals to cosec A. 1 by sin A is equal to cosec A. So, this is equal with RHS value. So, that means LHS is equals to RHS. Okay. In this way, you have to solve. Now, next example, you have to prove that this RHS is equals to LHS by using the identity sec square theta is minus tan square theta is equal to 1. This identity and second identity is same, that sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So, how can you prove this LHS is equals to RHS? Okay. So, since we apply the identity involving sec theta and tan theta, and since the LHS is given in sin theta and cos theta, so at first we will convert the LHS in the term of sec theta and tan theta by dividing the numerator and denominator by cos theta. So, this is the given LHS. I am multiplying, or you can say I am taking common cos theta in numerator and denominator. Okay. If you take cos theta from the numerator, it will become sin theta by cos theta, that is why tan theta. From the second term, if you take cos theta common, it will be 1. And from the third term, if you take cos theta common, it will become 1 by cos theta, that is equal to sec theta. Similarly, for the denominator, if you take cos theta common from the first term, it will be sin theta by cos theta, that is why I have written tan theta. From here, if you take cos theta common, it will be 1. From here, if you take cos theta common, it will be 1 by cos theta, which is equal to sec theta, because sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. Now, this cos and this cos will cancel to each other, so the remaining will be this one. Now, this one can be written as tan theta plus sec theta minus 1. Similarly, tan theta minus sec theta plus 1. Okay. Now, I will multiply both the denominator and numerator by 1 minus tan theta minus sec theta. Okay. I am multiplying both denominator by tan theta minus sec theta. Okay. Now, if you do the multiplication, if you look at the last line, if you do the multiplication, these two will be tan theta plus sec theta into tan theta minus sec theta, that means a plus b into a minus b. So, by identity it will be a square minus b square. Okay, that is why in the next line I have written tan square theta minus sec square theta, and by multiplying with 1 it will be minus tan theta minus sec theta under the bracket. Here the terms will remaining same. Okay, I am not multiplying anything. Now, what was the given identity? Given identity was sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1, and here it is given that tan square theta minus sec square theta. Okay, that means tan square theta minus sec square theta, if you take minus common from here, it will become tan square theta minus sec square theta is equal to 1, right? Or you can say that tan square theta minus sec square theta is equal to minus 1. That is why in place of this term I am writing minus 1. Then the same term minus tan theta plus sec square theta, if you remove the bracket, and this thing will remain same. Okay. Now, if you look at the denominator and numerator, this term and this term is same if you take minus common. Okay. So, after taking minus common, this term, this denominator term and this numerator term will cut to each other. So, the remaining will be minus 1 by tan theta minus sec theta. If you multiply minus 1 in the denominator, it will be sec theta minus tan theta, okay, which is the RHS part. So LHS equals to RHS. In this way you have to solve this example. This example was a little bit tricky one. So this is all for today. I have discussed about all given example. Thank you.